Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. Don't expect a cleanup man to save you. And this is one of those ones for the fellas. Fall back on this one. Because I know this is sensitive with the fellas. I know this is sensitive. But ladies, honestly, this is a real issue, especially with men. This is a real issue. And, you know, I've done some videos on this on my main channel. A few people have done a video on this this topic. But it's really something that really is a pet peeve of many hardworking, decent guys. I ain't talking about like some dudes saying they good. These dudes are like good in the sense of they know they supposed to be hardworking, jobs and everything, but also they just really got good character. They really got good character, and that's the main thing I call is good. And everybody know who's good and who's bad. Right? You know if somebody got a jacked up character and somebody who got a good character, right? But it's asking a lot because here's the pattern. Here's the pattern. And y'all ladies, y'all know it better than I do. Y'all probably discuss it among yourselves when men aren't present. You know, you chase that fine dude when you young, right? You chase that dude that you think is fine and all of that, right? And, you know, that dude, you like his smile, you like his body, his print, all that stuff. But he ain't really bringing much else to the table. Usually, you know, you find out he a jerk, he no good and all of that, right? And then you passed over that guy with a good character because usually it's hard for a guy really to be like that spectacular, exciting guy and have a good character because to be exciting, you got to go against the norm a little bit. You got to take chances. You got to be a little irresponsible. Right, just a little, right? Sometimes more irresponsible, right? That guy with the good character is tending not to do a lot of crazy stuff. You know, he ain't gonna be, using those drugs with you or something like that, right? Which is a big reason why a lot of women, y'all know it, y'all mess with that bad boy or something because he doing all the crazy stuff that you want to do, you want to experience. And that's all right. That's all right. You know, and I'm saying it's all right. I ain't even gonna tell you not to do it. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I ain't going to tell you don't go for that dude with a spark. I did a video saying it, but ultimately you're going to do what you want to do. My thing is this. Don't expect that you can do all this stuff, sow your oats and all of that, and expect some good guy to come like want you after all of that without you telling some major lies and covering some major tracks. Now, I know some women might say, well, men get to do it and all of that. Men don't get to have babies either. Seriously. And also, when a man is having sex with you, he is literally going inside of you. His energy is going inside of you. And it's going to affect your personality. And I've said this before. I can look at any woman and tell what type of men she's been with. Any woman. I don't care who she is. I can tell the character, general, like, personality of the guy. And I've actually did this with some women and stuff. I've actually did it. They were like, how'd you know? You can always tell. You can always tell because a woman, y'all, see, let me hit y'all with some deep shit. Even though a lot of women think submission is a dirty word, every time you willingly have sex with a man, you submitting to him. And that submission ain't just laying down and spreading your legs and letting him penetrate you. And that submission is also not just, doing what he say, following his lead. But that submission is you're submitting, your feminine energy is submitting to that masculine energy. So as a result of that submission, you're taking on some of his characteristics. You submitting to what his personality is like. You following his agenda. And it's happening on a subconscious basis. So it's basically, he's putting his personality into you, right? So it's a different thing. Y'all can't do what men do for that reason. Like a man could have sex with 1,000 women and his personality from the first woman to the 1,000th woman is not going to change appreciably other than like just regular growth. But a woman could be with 10 men Just 10 men. Just 10 men. And that's a low number from just talking with random women. A woman could be with 10 men and there could be a radical change quickly. Just from the first one. If he a bad guy especially. And, you know, people who follow me a long time know I talk about that imprint, right? So, you know, that could be something. Now, because of different, like if a woman can manage to deal with, like, say 10 men, but they all outstanding men of great character, and in the process of dealing with that men, she had like relationships with them that was a minimum of 9 months. And, you know, some esoteric students might know why I'm saying 9 months, but a minimum of 9 months, right? And they were all outstanding. That's not bad, because then the woman is going into, you know, when she's like ready to really settle down, she don't have too much emotional baggage. In fact, she might, in some cases, depending on the man, she might have actually improved, like in her life. She might have actually improved. Like, you do see those situations where women deal with certain men and they actually get more beautiful. But those type of men who can bring about that type of transformation in a woman are very rare. It's very rare. I think they just a handful in my eyes, right? But most women are going to get jacked up. So this is what's happening. All right, so you done went through all these dudes, and I ain't gonna say they just all bad boys or thugs, but I'll just say they guys who probably didn't want anything from you beyond sex, and that's just a reality with most younger men, even some guys who are normally good guys. They ain't gonna deal with every woman that they meet from a perspective, oh, I want to be in a relationship with her. It is what it is. That's just the reality, right? So, you know, you dealt with these guys, you got a lot of baggage. Now, of course, women know, even though some women try to deflect this, but y'all know one of the things the strongest thing that's going to track us to you is your physical appearance, right? It's actually supposed to be that way. It's actually blame God or the great pumpkin, whoever you want to blame on that, right? But we're going to be attracted to that. But if you have some negative energy going in, you're going to feel bad. You're going to get depressed. Even like depending on the dude, he could have been abusive physically or mentally. It's going to affect how you look. So one, your attraction level is going to go down. And then your ability to deal with like good men, period, actually goes down. Because some women, if they deal with enough bad guys, or at least enough guys who had bad intentions and put bad energy into them, they deal with that enough, that guy is not going to want to deal with you. You know, because you bringing all that to the table to that guy. And then you asking him to heal you. But it's typically you not even ready for him. Because even if okay, you're not as physically attractive as you were when you're young, he still got to deal with the emotional stuff, right? He still got to deal with whatever that dude did. You got to do it. Now, some dudes, I'm gonna say restorers. I ain't gonna use the negative term Captain Sav'em. I'm not gonna use that. But you do have some dudes, because of their religious beliefs, they feel like they need to restore a woman, and that's actually, in my opinion, that's admirable. That's admirable, but it could be a lot to do that. They might actually, most men in this society are not trained to actually restore that, right? And see, a lot of men, most men, even the guys who might have that, like in that personality to bring healing to a woman, they might say, you know what, why not deal with this woman who don't have as much baggage? Because I've seen cases where guys have tried to deal with a woman on that level and they get burned because the woman, one, she's still attracted to the bad boy. And I've actually seen women like talk about they dogging a guy or they treating him bad, and they saying it. And then you see it for yourself, right? So other guys now, especially with the internet, we're talking about this now. And a lot of guys, I mean, some guys, you still got some guys who want to be a healer and all of that. But then other guys, more guys are saying, nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Even making fun of those guys for even trying. So, you know, it's an environment now. It's an environment now where a guy, he ain't going to want to deal with all of that. And in fact, this isn't new. much of the relationship customs that evolved in cultures around the world, like arranged marriages or like in Islamic cultures trying to control a woman's sexuality, evolved because they knew what the issues were. And they were like, nah, we ain't gonna deal with this. We rather just control him. All right. So women, and this is mainly the older women. If I'll pray for you, sis. Older women who going through it and they done did all this stuff, can't find a man. I'll pray for you, and I mean that sincerely. Because the guys out here, most of these guys out here, don't want to be the cleanup man. They refuse to, and can you blame them? You can't blame them. If a guy, okay, let me turn this around for the ladies. Let me turn this around so you understand what the men going through. Okay, you're a woman, you know you might not be a virgin, but you say you reach the age of 30, your sex count is like 3. And all 3 were in good relationships with good guys. So you ain't messed, like generally good guys, so you ain't messed up emotionally. You didn't have children with any of these guys. You know what? You went to school. You did everything you were supposed to do right. You stayed out of trouble. You didn't smoke, drink. You know, you adhered to whatever your religious practices were. You're a good woman. You got good character. Should you be that type who had to deal with some knucklehead who got babies all over the place? He ain't giving you his best. He can't work. You know, he don't work. He's lazy as fuck. You know. And he ain't going to be at his optimal. Would you want to, as a woman, you did the right thing. And I know I got some women who did the right thing. Would you want to deal with cleaning up, you know, some dude? Or cleaning, or say maybe it's not a bum dude, but it's a dude who just had some negative ass experiences with women. To the point is affecting even how he look. He might be out of shape and everything, because we know y'all like a nice body. He out of shape. He messed up. He might be using drugs or something like that. If you that good woman, you did the right thing. You've always had good relationships. You never cheated on anybody, right? You got good character. Everybody recognize you as good. Would you want to be a cleanup woman? Just ask yourselves this question. Now, if the answer is no, then you understand how a cleanup man feels. So that's why I'm saying, you know, some ladies out here think they can, you know, do their thing and some guy's going to be there. Get that out of your head. Get that out of your head now. Don't expect that. This is especially for the young girls. Think about, you need to think several years down the road when you deal with anybody. I ain't going to say, let's put it like this. I ain't going to say don't deal with that knucklehead or that dude going to mess you up. But think about the consequence. You got to. You got to. Because that cleanup guy ain't going to be there. That cleanup dudes are saying, this is out here, and this, I don't care what the race is, whatever. They all saying it. They were like, nah, don't mess with him. So, don't expect a cleanup man to save you. I'm just, like I said, this channel is about giving y'all some real talk, all right? So anyway, that's it for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.